Hi, how you all doing? HKGaming here. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's been a while. Today we're flying the Zibo Boeing 737-800. It's going to be a Ryanair flight from Echo Golf Papa, which is Liverpool, John Lennon International Airport. We're going to fly to Echo India Delta Whiskey, which is Dublin International Airport. So, it's a rather short flight. We're going to be climbing to flight level 200 today. If you're interested in the route, it's Wallasey to Penhill. And then it's the Lima 70 airway all the way to Bagso, and then we follow a Bagso stop into Dublin. It's probably going to be the Bagso 1 kilo because winds at Dublin are currently faring from a 2.8, so that's what I'm going to be planning for. So it's probably going to be a Wallasey to Tango departure, and it's going to be a Bagso 1 X-ray arrival into Dublin. I'm going to climb to flight level 200. We're going to be flying Ryanair 443. I don't really know if that's a flight number they use for this flight, but that's what we're going to be using, just for the sake of it. So it's X-Plane 11, of course. We are going to be seeing some nice scenery on the way, except when we are over the water. So we're going to see you guys in the flight deck, and then we are going to start to prepare for the flights. Alright guys, welcome to the flight deck. We have Track IR today, and as you can see, I have the RG mod installed, so we have some nice textures inside the cockpit as well as outside. So, as you can see, the aircraft is in a cold and dark setup. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over here to the overhead. Going to do battery on, standby power, arm the emergency lights, cabin utility and the IFU pass going to be on. Going to put on the passenger sign, so I'm going to pop the parking brake on so that Zibo will take off the jocks, connect to ground power, and now we can relax a little bit again. So what we're going to do then, we're going to quickly go ahead and align the IRS real fast, enter the IRS position, pause in it, it's going to be Echo Golf Papa, which is the IKO code on Liverpool. We're at stand 6 today, doesn't really matter though, we're going to get the left GPS and pop that into the IRS position. Good, Echo India Delta Whiskey for the arrival. But before we do that, I'm going to head over to the X, just fuel in. I'm going to load fuel. Now, required fuel is for about 4.6 tons, which is more than enough, but I'm going to put in 5 tons because I might practice some holdings here and there. It's going to be, yeah, 60.5 tons that is already put in. So I'm now going to calculate what, we're going to depart from 27, so I'm now going to quickly calculate the D rate we need for the takeoff, and I'll see you in a bit. So welcome back, we're going to be using 22k D rate, flaps 5. I'm just going to roll with max 22k D rate. But what we're going to do, is you can see that the IRS is aligned, so if we hop over to the overhead panel here, we can go yaw damper on, just go through, make sure everything is on normal. We're going to do forward fuel pumps on. There's no fuel in the center tank, so there's no need to do anything with that. Make sure we're on the ground power. We can get some lighting up here in the overhead as well. Fasten seatbelt sign is on and no smoking is on. We're going to do window heat on, check the probes, they are good. Check the overheat, good. Turn off the probes again. Hydraulic pumps on. Trim air on. We're just going to do the bleeds on now. Going to be climbing to an altitude of 20,000 feet, flight level 200. Now, landing altitude, I don't really know about. I should have it here on my electronic flight bag, aka my iPhone. It is currently, yeah, not really currently, but it's 200, about 200. The threshold is 202 feet, so it's almost exactly 200 on landing altitude. We're going to do this to steady. Logo light is not needed really. Let's just use the left igniter, and everything else should be set. So we'll hop down to the FMC. The Zibo will calculate our zero fuel weight. Reserves are going to be 2.8. We are flying Ryanair's costing index is 6. We'll climb into 200. The cruise winds, I don't really have that now, but usually I have it, but unfortunately I do not have it right now. So N1 limit is going to be outside temperature. We're going to go maximum on the 22k D rate, so I'm going to climb on a climb 1. Actually, we have a lot of fuel, so I'm going to climb with a normal climb, so we will get to our cruise pretty fast. Flaps going to be 5 for departure. Center of gravity is 24. So trim is 4.68 or 4.7. That's already set. V1 is 136. Rotate is 37. V2 is 144. Going to go ahead and set the V2 into the MCP indicated airspeed for, what was it, 144. Left FD on. Order throttle is armed. Right FD on. Course is not really that important for the departure. Well, actually it is, because it's Wallasey departure. Wallasey is a VOR. So according to the charts from the NATS website, we will see that we're going to head on a radial 297 to Wallasey. So if we go to, just set that in case the LNAV decides to stop working on us. So 297 is going to be radial 117 out of Wallasey. 297 on the course. Going to pin, I'm only going to fly with number 2, pin up like that. The VOR frequency for Wallasey is, what is Wallasey? Wallasey is 114. 114 decimal 4. 114 and 4. Good, we're going to go through the ILS when we are airborne. We will have time for that. So that's pretty much this set. I'm going to now go through the route page again, because I did not manage to, I didn't get that really done. So 27 is going to be the departure runway. Flight number, as I said, it's going to be Ryanair. Ryanair, where's the Y? Of course, there it is. Ryanair 443, we're just going to use that for today. Departure 27 is going to be the Wallasey 2 Tango. Put that into the route. Then it is Penil. You can put in the Lima 10, but the waypoint is Penil anyways. So one trick actually is you don't really, if it's a long route, you don't need to put in Penil, because the FMC is pretty smart, as I hope you know. Well, it's stupid because it doesn't really know what to do. But let's just look at this. Lima 10, and if we just put in Lima 70, it will automatically calculate Penil for us, which is quite cool. And then it's Bagso. Boom, Bagso. Then the arrival we're going to expect from 28, so that's ILS 28. ILS, just to make it simple for us, via Bagso on X-ray. So in real life you would cross-check that with the first officer, but we don't really have anyone to cross-check with, so I'm just going to go ahead and execute that. Make sure that there's no discontinuities. Looking pretty good. As well, I'll go ahead and go into the plan mode, just to verify. The SID is okay. Follows the correct airway into the star, and then the missed approach. Fantastic. This seems to be going really, really well, which is good. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to set flaps 5. Then I'm going to go through the, what is it? It's the before start checklist to the line. I'm also going to go through below the line. So bear with me. Phones are off, RS most likely are set now, keeping our line test is not really checked, but we don't really check it because failures are off today. Oxygen test 100%, your damper is on. Let's verify that. Your damper is on, now transfer space, which is down on, also fuel is, it's going to be 4.6 required, 5 tons is on board. And all the pumps that we need to use today is on, cabin utility light is on, emergency lights are on, passenger signs are on, window lead is on, hydraulics is normal, aircon and pressurization packs are on, auto bleeds are on, and that is set, pressurization is auto, that is checked. Instruments, they are cross-checked, actually I'm not set to QH, this is why you check this guys. Connection loop for today is going to be 901, 991, because I have it going to the settings, it will automatically send to the first officer, which is really, really neat. So, auto brake will be set to RTO, speedback lever is down the tent, that is correct. Parking brake is set, stabilizer close, which is set to normal wheel, well, fire warning, wheel fire warning. Where the heck's that? I don't really know, but I'm going to check the OBD engine just because it's fun. There we go, looking good. That's off. So I'm going to do that instead. Radios, radar and transponder is set in standby. I'm just going to go ahead and read the transponder standby. We're not a bad sense, so that's okay. We're on the Addons trim, they are free and takeoff, everything is discussed. PA is complete, FMC CDU is set now, N1 and IS in and IAS above. Set to auto is okay, normal takeoff 2 with no D rates, and everything's looking good. Stabilizer trim is 4.7 units, about 4.7 units. EFB, there's one flight back. AK my iPhone is airplane mode and standard, yes. Flight taking minutes and cockpit doors closed. Everything is closed, and doors are closed as well. We'll also go through the bloodline. Air pumps, they are on. Air conditioning packs, the packs has to go off. Goes into startup. Parking brake is set, of course, the anti-collision is on. Transponder, we'll put that to standby, because we are going to start very shortly. So what I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, up. I'm going to start up the APU and I'll see you guys when that's done. We're ready for taxi, for pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Tow is driving up. The APU is starting up nicely. Everything is set. I'm going to warn the cabin crew that shit is about to get real. And also, I'm going to get some lighting in here. You don't need it now, but suddenly you'll regret that you didn't put it on earlier. Also going to put on some lighting in here. The flood and the panel lights. That looks good. Outside view. Let's get a nice view. You see, it looks a bit weird because the scenery also has a pushback truck, but we are using the what is it? What's it called again? I don't remember.
Okay,
the better pushback.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Ready to connect. That is good. I'm going to put on the terrain radar. That is set. I'm going to turn off the VORs, and the airport can just stay on. TCAS will go on when we put the transponder to TARA. So that's going to be off for now. We now have power on the APU. Put the APU on the bus. APU bleed will go on. We'll see the duct pressure there. We're now completely ready for startup. At least I'm ready for startup. Just going to wait until we get pushback.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Release parking brake. Parking brake is released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you. Ground. Positive N2. Checked. We're gonna introduce the fuel at about between 20 and 25. Should be good. Let's do it at the first officer side. Just for fun. Introduce the fuel. EGT will start rising. N1 should start following the N2. Make sure it's not a hot start. Looking good. We should get that. That should pop off good. Starting number 1. Let's get back to the captain's seat. And get the fuel in. Fantastic. Look at this. Engines are starting up. That is amazing. So, what else can we do? Actually, I think I set the wall frequency wrong.
Set parking brake.
Set the parking brake because
disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Of course, I did set it wrong. It's 1141. Why did I put in 1144? 1141. Important that that is correct. Now you'll see. Now it's verified the Wallacey. I saw that it was nothing there. So what we'll do now, we'll go through the before taxi checklist. Engine gents are on. We'll disconnect the hand signals. Probe heat. Come on, track IR. There we go. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice is not required for today's flights. Air conditioners packs are back onto auto. And I'll just go and combine that with turning off the APU. And what we'll do, isolation valve, that is set to auto. Start switches, continuous, continuous. APU is off.
And bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. So, we'll check these controls. Free brake. Good controls are set. And stabilizer, well, first flaps is 5 required, 5 is selected. Green light, stabilizer trim 4.7 required, 4.7 units are set. Starting levers are idly tent, and that's before taxi checklist completed. The next checklist is before takeoff checklist to the line, and we'll look for his hand signals. Hand signals are ready. What we'll do, runway turn off, runway turn off. We'll do full taxi lights. Release that. Slowly add some power. While I do that, I'll set this to 4000, which is the climbing of our SID. And check the brakes. Brakes are working, and we'll now slowly be rolling down. Good, 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 good. It's 268. I thought it was 269. 268. Looking good. Before takeoff, we'll go straight into the LNAV, and we'll climb out level change. Let's do an NADP 1. I think that's the usual one. Maybe it's NADP 2. I don't really remember what we'll do, but we'll the engine will go to climb at 1,500 feet, and we'll start bugging up at 1,500 feet. So we'll fly V2 plus 20, which is in this case going to be 164 in level change until 1,500 feet above the ground, so radar altimeter. Then we're going to put on the autopilot, and we'll start bugging up. Initially, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do lefty onto Alpha, then we're going to follow Alpha all the way down to holding point Alpha 1, I think it's believed. I'm not really well known at Liverpool, but I do know the basic stuff because I've flown it quite a lot on VATSIM. Haven't taken the Zibo onto VATSIM yet. I'm not really that good yet. Just flown some VFR circuits, you know, done some departures, done some arrivals into Liverpool. Lovely airport, lovely controllers, really recommended on VATSIM. We'll probably do a video there as well. But what we'll do, it's quite straightforward here, so I'll see you guys when we are at the end of the taxi. So guys, welcome back. This is the GA area where I fly from on VATSIM. This is Gulf, where you usually get your holding point when you fly GA traffic. We're going all the way here to Alpha 2, it's called Alpha 2. In 27 it's Cat 3. Less, but there's no one on the Cat 3 today. Pretty good visibility, so no one will be using that today. So we don't have to hold at the Cat 3 hold, we can go all the way up to the normal runway hold. I think this is the Cat 2, Cat 3 hold. We're going to continue all the way down to the normal holding. Let's say we are clear of takeoff, but before we do that, I'm going to go through the before takeoff checklist. I'm going to hold here for a second, put the parking brake on. And before takeoff checklist, config is checked, flaps is set, fire green light, stabilizer tune, 4.7 units are set, takeoff briefing is reviewed, cabin is secured, below the line, MCP is set here, MCP, V2, that's what I meant, runway heading is set, clear altitude is 4,000 feet, that is set, transponder TARA is set, so that will put TCAS and traffic on, good. Landing and strobe lights will be on because we are cleared. Up. Boom. Landing lights are on. Reach tracks are on. Everything is on. The next one is after takeoff checklist. So we are cleared for takeoff, guys. So what I'm going to do, release the parking brake. Slowly add in some power. I'm going to do weather radar on as well. If we look out here, there is no traffic on final. And we are cleared to just go right onto the runway. We'll see how good my lineup is. I know that you're not supposed to follow this line. That's for vacating runway. You're supposed to go straight ahead at a 90-degree angle of the runway. Go here. Look to the right. It's always the captain doing the lineup, I think, especially in Ryanair. Go here. Past the nose. Full right rudder. I'm going to use a little bit of trim as well. Correction, now use a little bit of brake. And it should hopefully be a fairly good lineup. And not too bad. I've seen worse. I've definitely seen worse. But I've seen much better as well. So, gonna hold here. We are cleared. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 40. Then EGT is gonna stabilize. Then we're gonna do tow gear. Then we're gonna just head out of here, fly an NADP 2 departure, I believe. And it should be okay. If something goes wrong, we'll immediately stop on the runway. If it's below V1. So, as about set, toga. Everything looks good. Thrust is set. We'll do forward pressure on the yoke till 80 knots to make the nose wheel steering a little bit more effective. Airspeed is allowed. Thrust is set. That is checked. We are heading down the runway. 80 knots. 80 knots. Check. Release the forward pressure on the yoke. Keeping it straight with the butters, guys. Trying to keep it on the center line. V1 rotates, pulling back 2.5 degrees per second, up to 15. Positive rate, gear up, then back to the flight directors. flights on vectors are a little bit freaky right now.
400.
400, check. Autopilot is set, command A.
1000.
1000, check. And those 400 climb is set, will start bugging up. Bug up to the up speed. Passing 5 flaps, 1 set. Gear too close. The first officer will immediately put the V-tracks off. Taxi lights off. Come on. There we go. Passing 1. Flaps up. In the normal one. Hit the VNAV. VNAV speed, LNAV, N1. That is checked. We're heading down. Go ahead and reset the heading. Let's say we get further climb. Ryanair 443 climb, let's say 160. 160, Ryanair 443. So, let's go through the after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist is the air conditioning and pressurization is set. Auto brake is off. Start the switches. Auto. Getting into a little bit of rain here. Flaps are up. No lights is very, very, very soon. Landing gear is up and off. No lights there. Altimeter. Transitional to this 5000 feet. But I think in Ryanair, when you are cleared to an flight level, you just immediately put standard, and I'll put you pretty close to that. So that's 6. Climbing flight level 045 for 160. 046. That is cross-checked on those sides. So after takeoff checklist is complete, and that's good. We're now climbing out. The temperature is, well, it's not really raining, but if it was raining, we are in icy condition, which we are not, which is good. So we're climbing pretty fast here. Over 3,000 feet per minute. That is really fast. Everything is good, at least as far as I can see. Approaching Wallasey, that's the end of the SID. Look at the view. Looks pretty good. We're going to an outside view. Liverpool. Let's get a wing view. Wing views are nice. Look at this, Liverpool. Beautiful city. Haven't been there. It would be nice to be there. I live in Norway, so it's a little bit hard to just get there. Go ahead and put the heading. Sync up the heading. We sync up the heading because it's not really fun if the ATC tells you to resume present heading. It will be really embarrassing. So if you hit the heading selected, you just go all over the place. So you see we're heading into some clouds. What I'll do continues, put the engine anti-ice on until we are clear of that, because we are in icing condition. 10,000 feet, off. Fasten seatbelt time is to auto. That should be pretty much it. So let's just say we're clear to our cruise level of 200, flight level 200, 20,000 feet. That is set. The Wallasey is no longer in use. So now we're basically just waiting to get above the clouds and to get out of here. We are by far clear of the clouds, so engine anti-ice off, auto on the start switches. That is good. Approaching flight level 140. What I'm gonna do, this is a very, very short flight, so I'm already gonna start to prepare for the descent and the approach into Dublin. So how we do that? If we head down to the FMC, we're gonna make sure that the altitude restrictions for the Carav is for the Cara 1 X-ray departure is being correction. The Bagso it's a Bagso 1 X-ray, not Carav. Okay, now we know that. So Bagso is 1,100. Well, first we go through the checkpoints. So it's Bagso, then it's Addons, then it's Carav, then it is Cougars, down to Narmu, after Narmu it's Lapmo, and then it's the ILS. So the altitude restrictions are at Bagso, it is 100 or below and 250, that is set. On Addons, it is no restrictions. On Carav, it is at flight level 100, that is set. It is also it's also 230, that is set in the speed. Cougars is the next waypoint, that is also 8,230, that is also set. Then it's the Narmu, 230 and no altitude, so that's good. Then it's Lapmo, which is 3,000 or above, 1, 2, 3 or above, boom. And speed is not 160, it is, oh, I messed it up. I messed it up, didn't I? I really messed it up. This is 3,000 or above at Lapmo, and Lapmo is also, oh, we're hitting the cruise here, is also 180 knots. Lapmo 180 knots. Boom. That's set. So that is looking good. Now we are on the cruise, which is nice. For the ILS, what is the ILS frequency in Dublin? Actually, I'll set the auto brake. We'll use auto brake 2. It's a fair long runway, but I'll just use 2 to get off. And the frequency for the ILS is, come on, where's the charts? Is 11135. Let's try not to do it wrong this time. 11135. 11135. Boom. The runway course is, what's the course? 279er. 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 Okay, guys, now it's gonna be a fairly low workload points. What I'm gonna do, I will see you guys at our top of descent. There's not really anything else going on, just the view, so I'll let you enjoy a little bit of outside views until we hit top of descent. So guys, welcome back. As you can see, the aircraft, the FMC is asking me to reset MCP altitude because it's saying, hey, you're approaching top of descent, but we're not allowed to descend. What do we do? So now it's just going to keep 200. It's going to reduce the speed to keep us on the path, basically. We're going to go through the descent checklist. Pressurization, landing is set 200. Anti-ice is not required. Briefing, approach briefing fuel, that's discussed. Fuel, you have plenty of fuel. You have 4 tons. Oh yes, now to bugs. Yeah, it's just one thing. The minimums. I haven't set the minimums. What I'll do, let's say we are cleared down to 080, 8,000 feet. The minimums for Class Charlie, Cat 1, there's no need to do more than Cat 1, is 376. I think in Ryanair you have to do an auto land if it's a Cat 2, so you can see the aircraft is starting to descend. Fantastic. Just let them know that we are descending. Everything up here is checked. There's no warnings, etc, etc. So everything is good. I'll also get the Dublin QNH very soon. But first, the minimums 376. I'll put that in here. 376 for the barometric. That it will be set over at the FO as well. 376. So it's no auto land today. We will fly manual. There's no fun doing auto land. It can be a little bit frightening as well, doing an auto land in zero visibility. It's actually quite scary. I've done it a couple of times in the Zibo. It works pretty well. It's a little bit of a harsh landing, but my landing's also harsh. We'll go through the missed approach. Is climb extended center line to Garnet, not above 3,000 feet. Then turn right, maximum indicated airspeed is 220 knots. Join the radial 278 to Dublin VOR. Climbing 5,000 feet and resume en route flight or instructed as ATC. Alright, that's fairly easy. That's also programming to the FMC. So that is cool. What is the next on our checklist? The next is approach checklist, which we'll do when we are on the approach. So we haven't even passed. We are not on the SID yet. On the star, sorry. We're kind of just huddling down in a quite slow speed. Our ground speed is, we have a little bit of headwind on ground speed is 333 knots. How many meters are we above the ground? Passing through 5,000 meters for 2,400 initially. Let's do recall as well. I thought we all did a recall on Ryanair before the descent. But of course I do not have real Ryanair checklist. I'm trying not to buy into any checklist as well. I have a Norwegian one. Try to mix it up a little bit. And this is just some virtual Ryanair checklists printed out and laminated. So I don't forget anything mandatory. What we'll do, by taking a look at the charts, I can see that it's going to be pretty crucial to have the Dublin VOR DME into the standby, and that is 11490. 11490. So for the missed approach, we can pop that into that in case the FMC freaks out on us. You always have to think ahead of the aircraft. You know, if something happens and you have to go to missed approach, you shouldn't be surprised and be like, oh shit, you know that you're not planned. You should just do it because you've already planned it and discussed it, which is why it's important that you keep to the checklist. You discuss possible scenarios. Of course, it's not as important in the sim as it is in real life. Nothing is really important in the sim, but it's just for fun. So you get into the habit of doing it, because you will going through a lot of scenarios that most likely won't happen. But if it happens, the reason why they go well is because the pilots have prepared, which is why it's so important to prepare. So what we'll do, yeah, 8,000 is a pretty good altitude because Kira is 8,000, so we can't really descend below that anyway. So 8,000 is a pretty good altitude. Where are we going to be exactly at Bagso? Going to be exactly at 100, yeah. We are going to be landing flaps 30, which means VFR is 144. It's going to be, we're going to just plus on 5, so that is 149. In X-Plane they say the course is 278 for the RLS, but on the chart says 279. It's not really a big difference, but of course the charts are right according to real life, but in X-Plane, I think, of course, I hope that. But in X-Plane it's sometimes a little bit different, so we're gonna put in the X-Plane course. We're skimming some clouds. Amazing. And we are gonna be landing into Aerosoft Dublin. which is cool. We can see here on the ND, everything looks good. There's no weird discontinuity, something weird going on. I'm guessing in real life you'd probably get radar vectors, but maybe you'd just be taken over to radar vectors right now. Just line you up for a final. But look at this is kind of nice. It's clouds all around us, but we're not in clouds. That's cool. And look at that, boats. Boats are cool as well. So we're approaching 10,000 feet, which is why we are slowly decelling the speed. Hopefully there's no need to use the speed brake. We might have to use it a little bit, to be honest. I'll pop it up to flight detent, see what it does. Now we want it down at 240, which is okay for me. There we go. Bring up the speed brake. Now we are looking good. We are within the restrictions. Passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights on, turn off, on as well. We'll be putting on the fasten seatbelts. On again, which is good. So now we are looking absolutely fantastic. We can't see Ireland yet. Or maybe we can see a little bit. Soon, I think. Soon we'll see it. We are fairly close. So it's going to be a left turn soon. Alright, I'm excited for this approach. It's a long time since I've flown into Dublin. It's a really, really long time. So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully you won't see my landing as too hard. I mean, Ryanair are used to having hard landings, and I mean, it is safe to land with a firm landing. It's not a hard landing, but it's a firm landing. Especially if it's a wet run where the pilots are trained to do a firm landing, so the auto brake system really goes into place. Really starts braking and slowing down the aircraft. We'll do idle reverses today. We'll not do a turnaround, so there's no danger for the brakes to get a little bit hot. Now, if the ATC told you that you are cleared to descend, let's say 5,000, the aircraft would not descend below 8,000 unless, well, before it's after EGGP. But we should really start decelling now. Well, again, I mean, it's flight sim, but we should decel because now we are busting the speed, which I'm not a fan of, at least. I'm not a fan of that, so let's give it some speed brake. I'll actually take manual control over the speed because the automation wasn't doing it for me. Now we're looking good again. I mean, we are on the we're not really on the approach yet, so I won't do the approach checklist just yet. You see the aircraft have leveled off at 8,000, which is nice. We're dodging all the clouds. I really like that. We are really dodging the clouds here. After the coax, it will start and descend again. It should, well, just hit the altitude intervene button. Let's say we are cleared for the approach. Now the glide path starts at the FAF, which is 2,500 feet, which is max depth. So let's say they say clear descend 2,500 feet. In real life, they'd give you a radar vector probably, but we're just gonna follow the style all the way down. Descend 2,500 feet, you're clear for the approach report, fully established, or something fairly similar to that. Well, looking good. I'll check the winds here one more time. The winds are, we might have a broken layer all the way down to 200 feet, which is a little bit scary to be honest, but no problem for us. QNH 991, same as Liverpool. The winds are 2 to 0 at 8 knots approximately. The aircraft has not started to descend yet, but that's because we are still below the path. Let's see if it wants to descend. Might actually do VNAV as well. I mean vertical speed. We are descending. Fantastic. Now, how far out are we going to be when we are established for final? We're going to be... Right, we are going to be almost 13 miles out. But we do have lap motor speed restriction 180 knots, so we need to have flaps down to be able to go that slow. But we're looking good. We are indeed looking good. Love when we are looking good. We're dead on the path, we're a little bit low. The ILS is active. Maintaining speed. We're approaching Narmu. I'll go ahead and take the speed down to the up marker. You can see it's a little bit, the visibility is not the best, but you can see a little bit of land over there. We should have a little bit of photo scenery as well, and Aerosoft. So hopefully that's going to be good. So let's just D in the cabin and tell them that we are about to land. Alright, passing 6,000 feet for the 060. Let's just say we'll get off the standard, which will put us low again. But in real life you need to continue your descent, I believe, so we'll just do vertical speed to continue the descent. Let's put it to the bug up speed. No, we're not allowed to go below that while with all the flaps up. That is not allowed. We're getting back to the path here. Soon turning final, which is 278. 180 is the next. So to go below that, we'll need to go flaps 1. So if we go flaps 1, we can start deselling. I'm flying a little bit slower than you would do if you are really familiar with this approach, but I have done it before. That's the harbour. Alright, coming down. We'll arm the Warlock. That's good. Flaps 2, so we are allowed to go below that. Drag is, a little bit of drag is required. Let's put up some drag then. Actually, let's only do flaps 5. We'll match the speed. Boom. Speed is matched. Warlock is captured. Glide slope is captured as well. Approach checklist. Before we do approach checklist, we do all the line nice on. And alright, let's go through the approach checklist. So approach checklist is altimeter instruments, they are checked and they are cross checked, and the approach 8s are checked and set. Really good. 149 is the speed. On final. Look at that, we can see the airport as well. in the distance. We're still 10 out. In Ryanair, I think you need to have flaps flown within 10 miles. So we have flaps 5, so we are within that range. We'll do gear down flaps 15. Oh, let's see if you've done the fixed page. I don't know if you have done the fixed page, so we can put in the rings. If you put in 6 mile dash ring, is that going to appear? No, fortunately not. Would have been cool if it did though. Would have been really cool if it did that. Let's do gear down flaps 15 at 7 because I want to do some manual flying as well. And to do that, I want to be flaps 30 before I disconnect the autopilot because I do not have a first officer to do that for me. So 7 miles out, gear down, flaps 15, will match the speed. 2500 is checked. So we'll go through the landing checklist. So engine to continuous, recall, checked both sides. Speed brakes would be armed, green light, auto brake, level 2 set. So now we will continue bring down the flaps until the flaps is at 30. Let's do flaps 25. You know what, let's just go flaps 30. Why not? Why not? Alright, so complete flaps 30, green light. Line out cleat on, let's see if we cleat land, tax light we go on as well. I think. Landing cabin again. And it will get in the correct C position. Set the missed approach. This is a little bit freaky. Disconnect the autopilot. My aircraft. I'll let the auto throttle do the speed for now. Actually, let's just take the whole aircraft. Why not? The aircraft is mine. We are fully configured for landing. I'm following the ILS down to the threshold. We're a tad too fast. Mainly focusing on the puppies and on the numbers. Beautiful scenery, by the way. Speed is dead on, a little bit low, 3 red. Immediately correct that by adding some power. You know, so the 737 will then rise because the engines are below the wings, something like that, I don't really know. Coming over the airfield. 500 is checked. No, we're bang on again. Nice approach. 400. 300 check.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20,
20.
10.
Look at that end. Floaty landing, flared a little bit too much, come on. And we're down. Versus is idle. Speed brake is up. Maintaining center line. Auto brake is doing a really good job here.
80 knots.
Manual braking. Let's see if we are able to make it. Yes, we are able to make it here. Good. Vacating the runway. Alright, was a decent landing. I flared way too much there. I came in a little bit slow, so I decided to flare a bit more than usual. Didn't really work out that well, but a landing you can walk away from is a fairly good landing. At least that's what I say, because I don't usually do really good landings. So, weather would go off. Actually, we're not really off the runway yet. Technically, the whole aircraft has to be off there, but I'll just do it. Now, I don't really know the procedure where the first officer would go through all of this. Oh, I'm still in their reverses. That's why I didn't go forward, of course. Stupid me. Alright, let's go through. Alright, the next is shutdown checklist. Well, then I really don't know what to do. No, I'm just kidding. I'll try and do my best. So this will go down. This would stay. It would taxi. I think I know what stand Ryanair uses. So I'll try and taxi over there. I'll reset this. Reset everything. Flaps is all the way up now. And taxiing out. Cool, cool, cool. We made it down. I'm rather surprised. I'm rather surprised. It's quite fun taxi here in Dublin today because we landed 2-8. So I'll see you guys when we are at the apron. Now guys, I have to cross a runway. As you can see, I do have to cross the runway, which means we're gonna have to do landing lights on and the strobes back on because we're on a runway. So everyone has to see that we are on a runway, so we don't get run over by some crazy guy on final doing some weird stuff and flying straight through the passengers. That's not something you would typically want. If you want that, you're a little bit weird. A little bit weird. So, final is clear on both sides. We'll just get out of here. Runway 34. Alright. So, this would go off. And we go back onto the normal lights. We'll take left here. And the Ryanair stand is over. You can see all the Ryanair aircraft. That's Scandinavian Airlines. We got a Norwegian here as well. A Swiss. That's a Baltic, isn't it? I think that's Baltic. Aer Lingus. There's some other airlines. Let's say, is that 174? 124. 124. I have to make sure I don't run over someone. Holy shit, there's a lot of vehicles here. There we go, stand 124. We do have a little apron guy there. He's going to guide us in, which is cool. Hopefully it'll work as well. So let's see. There we go. Are we pretty much centered? Yes, we are. What you can see is telling us to come in closer. Yeah, we are coming. I'll zoom in a little bit on him. Well, we are dead on. Approaching. Shit, when does he want us to stop? A little bit more, come on. Boom. We'll hold it right there. Boom. They will connect the ground power. Boom, ground power. Shut down the engines. Time for all the passengers to go crazy. Boom. Oh, didn't really shut off that engine. No, it's completely shut off. Boom. Really good. Let's get some lights on. Anti-collision can go off. We'll take the packs off. Just go through a little flow. Passengers are still on board, so we can't shut off all the power yet. But that was pretty successful. Let's see where he put us here on the stand. Yeah, pretty decent. Let's put on some chocks so we don't start rolling away. There you go, chocks are on, and that's a nice view. Let's say all the traffic has, all the passengers have left us.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
Oh, put into test. Oops. Now it's set to normal again. Alright, so what we'll do, let's say we're just going to shut down the whole aircraft, so there's no need for anything to be on. All the passengers has vacated. We'll put the aircraft into cold and dark. Everything will basically go off. And goodbye, everything. Boom. At stand 124 at Dublin. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. It's the first time I've done a Zibo video on the channel, I believe. Unless of course, the landing I did to guide moon, but it was not really that well. It was an X-Plane 11.05, not really 0.10, so now it looks much more realistic. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Please leave a comment as well what you want me to do next. I'm planning to do a flight in the Epic E1000 again. Probably doing a flight in Norway to Ålesund, Echo November Alpha Lima, Vigra. Pretty nice airports, should get some nice scenery. Maybe I'll find some altitude as well, but I have had a little bit of problem with auto there. But again, thank you for watching. I've said it 3 times now, and I'll see you guys in the next video or whatever I'm going to make. Bye guys.